small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me.
Back in my van, and I made some observations the past day. The difference between being in a bricks and sticks, a home, or being in my minivan. And there is a lot. Now, I will mention that I was only in the home for like 3 days, okay? Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But, you know, it wasn't my home. And not only was it a short period of time, it wasn't my home. But I do remember living in a house, so I kind of combined that together with my experience already being in a house and being in a van. And of course I took notes. I'm a note taker. I'll tell you what, here was the thing that really got me. Was I was sitting and just like a gluttony watching TV. Just watching TV. If I had been in my own home, if that would have been my home, and there was a TV in there, I may have done exactly the same thing because it's just easier. I'm going to turn this. Sometimes a fan blowing right into my eyes. I have very sensitive eyes. Blowing right into my eyes. It makes my eyes water. Okay, it's very hot out today, and here's why. When I woke up, my windshield was real wet. I didn't even know it rained. It probably was light rain, but it rained. And it's warm today. Not hot, but it is warm. And so it's just humid. It's a dry heat in Arizona. Well, not today. It's hot. And so I need to do this. Yeah. Let me see if I can get this fan to go not right at my eyes. There we go. Okay. There we go. A little bit better. So I found that I was just sitting watching TV over and over and over, which had me sitting down a lot. I was sitting down for a long time. And then I would go do something, maybe make some coffee, go do my broccoli, blah, blah, blah. Maybe play with the dog, go do my laundry. I'd get my laundry done while I was there. But then I'd go right back and sit down. Now I'm sitting in here. Take care of my knee here. I'm sitting in here. But you know what? So far today, I've been out walking. So I'm just going to show a difference. If this all makes sense, I'm going to try to make this make sense and get you to understand where my thoughts are coming from. It's just so different. This is a small space. So as a nomad, as a van dweller, I got to get out of here. I can't just sit here. But when I was sitting watching TV in the house, I would just sit there for a very long time and watch TV with my remote going like that. So it is different. I feel that being in a smaller space, it gets me out more. It just gets me out more. And I love it. What else did I note? Well, there you go. I noticed weight gain. I think I put on like a pound. They had candy in the house. I knew they had candy in the house previously when I visited them, my friends. Okay? And it didn't even dawn on me that it would still be there in the kitchen. And once I discovered it, I have a very, a weakness for sugar. I don't have candy in here. And I had really gotten off of the sweets. Well, because when Paul and I were together, he loves sweets, and I kind of got back into sweets. Not blaming, it's me. I got the problem with sugar and candy. I've loved candy ever since a child. Well, as most people do. Well, once I discovered it was there, I couldn't unlearn it. And I'd say, don't get into the candy. Well, I did. I mean, I'll make the confession, I did. And when they finally come back, I said, you got less candy in there. They go, oh, don't worry about it. I said, well, now I got to go on a diet. Yeah, other than that, then I ate broccoli and I ate my carrots and my garlic, if you watched the video when I was there. That's kind of what I ate, and an apple. But there was all this sugar in between. So there is another issue that I'm going to try to explain to you, the psychology of it. When I first became a nomad, the first month, I'm quite serious, I lost 5 pounds. The first month of moving into my minivan. It's just, I was constantly moving around, reaching for something, tweaking something. There's something in my mind, for me, maybe not be for you, but for me, being in a small space like this, there's no overeating that could ever happen. I think I did it once, and I did not feel good. I ate, it wasn't so much overeating, I just ate a little bit too much. I don't know, is that overeating? It wasn't like I was binge eating, but I went for it and I ate too much that day. I was friggin' miserable. Being in this small space it's not good. It's not a good match. So I don't do that. I never overeat. I eat very light because I'm in a very small space. Do you think that might have something psychological? Small space, I'm a small person. I want to do small eating. I don't want to eat a lot of food all at once. And I don't want to eat all the time. There's just something about, for me personally, being in a van. So there's my explanation. But in the house, it was no big deal. I was at a comfortable, I had pillows behind me, which I do here. But it was a little bit more padded, more comfy, cozy. And I was watching TV, so I wasn't really noticing. It was just different. I don't know, was it a bigger couch? It was a bigger TV. It was a bigger pillows. It was a bigger everything, so I ate bigger. I don't know. I don't know if that's psychological. I hope this is interesting for you, but for me, it just changed everything. It really did. What else? Yeah, watching TV. Oh, and then cleaning. Yeah. You cook, you got all them dishes to do. You have a lot more. Because you have more dishes available, I found that I was constantly washing the little bit of dishes. The big coffee system, there was a whole new system of cleaning that out. That was their espresso system. With the pets, taking a bath, in the sink. I had to wash out the sink after brushing my teeth, rinse out the bath after taking a bath. The floor got dirty really quickly. So it was like there was a lot more to clean. I know that I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to sweep this floor again. I'm moving around. I'm like, it does sound silly, doesn't it? But these are my observations. There was more cleaning. I think, in my humble opinion, the nomad life is so much more simple. It's a simpler life. There's not that much area. I can't really go for the cooking all the time. Getting into the refrigerator. Then you've got a refrigerator there. I noticed one of their drawers was a little dirty. I thought, well, I should probably wash that out for them. But I thought, no, I don't even know how to take the drawer out anymore. What if I broke it? So I just left it there. But there's so much more cleaning you have to do when you live in a house. I know. Seems silly. And I know a lot of you are going to go, I disagree. And that's okay. Okay, another factor. Too many windows, in my opinion, of what I'm used to. I know exactly what's going on around my house. every time Rupert would go, woof, woof, like, woof, woof, she heard something. After a while, I just didn't look. But in the night, I thought, she's kind of making that noise. Too many windows, too many doors. I know exactly what's going on around me. I feel safer. And I can actually get up and I can go somewhere. I can drive away if there's something going down. Yeah. Okay, so we got that. Okay. Yeah, and this kind of goes with it. When I was sitting in the house, I kind of felt trapped. I don't know where it came from. I wasn't trapped at all. But I do know there was neighbors around me. And I will say that they said that the area that they live in is just a little bit more crime going on. Yeah. So I did kind of thought, I couldn't just get up and drive away. And I could have gone somewhere, but then I would have had to just drive back and bring my car in. It seemed like a hassle to me. So I just sort of stayed there for the 3 days. I didn't go anywhere. So I didn't get really my exercising done too much. And so I just felt a little bit more trapped, I think. I don't know. It seems silly, doesn't it? I was only there 3 days, but these are things that I was thinking about. Okay. Also, I did look on the other end of it. If that was my house, I could have had my hobbies out, my art. I could have had a table over here with my artwork. Yeah, in the back room that my friend had a keyboard. If I had a keyboard, I always wanted one. I could have played with it, and because I played piano when I was a child. I'm not a great pianist, by a long shot. But I could have played around with it. I do know notes, and I do know a little bit musicality. I'm musical. Well, I could have actually had my hobbies out. So there's a drawback to living in a van, is that I wouldn't have, in the house, I didn't have to put everything away right away. But here, because it's so small, I had to put things away quite quickly so that I could make room for doing something else. In a van, you can't leave things laying out. So there's my comparison. There's my opinion. There is the comparison that I had in thinking about it all, the philosophy of it all, living in a house or living in a van. Now, stay tuned, because I have an unusual letter. I just got that today, and I want to read that to you. This letter is from Catherine Keon, 7034. Thank you for sharing this. But my response was, I totally disagree with this. Okay. Oh, here's a side note, everybody. Max Dollarite, my dancing partner, my good friend, my longest friend I've ever had as a nomad. He was in Yuma. He went for a checkup. And I remember him saying that every once in a while he felt just a little bit dizzy or a little bit weak. He just had a pacemaker put in, so we can all say prayer for Max and send him well wishes. If you are a friend of his on Facebook, go give him a well wish. He's doing fine. He's, I guess he left today. Yeah. Hey, Max. Mwah. I'm glad you're feeling better. Okay. This is her letter. For everybody who would like to learn how to live off the land, find some land and live off it. It's a beautiful, solid life. Not everyone should live in a van. It's a very tough, hard life. I disagree. I just got done saying, I think it's a lot easier. That's my opinion. You don't have the convenience, and you're always on the run, and you never have stability. What? No, I have great stability. Well, I just disagree. Okay. Very scary world band life. Okay. I suggest everyone hunker down, get a good payment going, save some money, and buy a little piece of property. And call life your own homestead. Be careful living in vehicle. Please, everyone. I feel safer in my vehicle, and I bet a lot of van dwellers feel that way. That's why we keep going. That's why we love it so much. I felt less safe being in a house those past 3 days. And I remember living in my home, the one home right before I became a nomad. I lived in that home for 15 years. I knew the neighborhood. There were just so many windows, and it's just, no. So I respectfully disagree with that, very much so. She says, I thank God put my nose to the grindstone, and I paid off the place young, and I will leave it to my son, and we have generational property. Well, that's nice too. A lot of people are having a hard time as they get older, so I don't know what your age is, Catherine. I did it. I worked 7 days a week or over 7 years straight, and they were nearly 20 years with 20 years without a day off, okay? And it's a good life. I made it happen. Well, it sounds like it was a lot of work. I'm going to tell you, a lot of the nomads out here already were homeowners, and they're tired of it. They want some freedom now. So I am really happy for you, Catherine. I really am. And that was a lot of work that you had to do. You had to probably bring in water piping. You had to bring in the water, the electricity, and everything like that. So I don't know where you actually got your homestead. So put your nose to the grindstone. Buy a piece of property young, hunker down, and have something that's yours forever, that you don't have to constantly keep moving around and looking for a place to dump your pee. She said the other word. To go wash your clothes and not be without. It's no big deal to dump my pee. Let me just give you the clue, Catherine. It's no big deal to me. I mean, it's like doot, right? How many times do you have to flush your toilet? How much water are you wasting to flush the toilet? So it's like apples and oranges in a way. And yeah, I don't have to constantly be moving. No, you know what? Here's the thing. I could go to Quartzsite right now, and I could hunker down and sit in Quartzsite. I could sit there for 3 months if I wanted to. I really could. Go into town when I need something. Boring. That would be so boring for moi. That would be so boring for me to do that. It really would. But you probably have a garden and things like that. So it's a lot of work, and it does cost money. And a lot of retired people don't want that anymore. That's what they were trying to get away from. But I was a little offended on that. You don't have to worry about dumping your piss. What? I wasn't happy about that, okay. And I know that a lot of nomads are going to be, it's like, what's the big deal, right? Van life, and I don't do without. Van life is a scary, dangerous, lonely world with nothing except some metal between you and whatever. Oh, I totally disagree with that. It is not a lonely life. It is not a hard life at all. It's easier than when I was in the house for 3 days. Oh my goodness. And it's no big deal to go find a laundromat. You just go find the laundromat. But when you do go into a new city, you do need to find a laundromat. And then you drive there. And then you go do it. It's better than just owning a washing machine. And then if you don't want to be in a house and it's expensive, you got to pay for the water. You got to pay for the washing machine. You have to have it serviced every once in a while. Oy vey shmir. So, and you just have some metal between yourself. Well, what do you got? I mean, do you know how easy it is for somebody to break a window and get into your house? Yeah, at least here I know what's going on around me. I didn't so much in the house I was at. So I just wanted to share that letter with you. I thank you, Catherine, for that, because you really did. It gives us all something to think about. But I don't always agree with what everybody says or in their letters. So yeah. Okay, so there's the difference. She did it. She did the comparison, and I did my comparison. They're total opposites. I love my life in here. I really do. I love it. I mean, I have enough room. Where do I need more room? Because guess what? The world is my oyster out there. I'm parked at the park. I've already been at the park 3 times. I've gotten out and went for a walk. I went to Food City once and got some veggies, walked back. Then I walked out and I wanted to see the ducks and just get some exercise. Came back. Then I went back out because I had to go see my friend Bill. He's the Jesus guy. That's where I met him years ago when I first became a nomad. He's got little signs out. He's got so many friends. He almost reminds me of Tucson Max. He has so many friends that come to see him on a Saturday morning. And just talk about God or pray, or he's a pastor. So cool. So, and then there's other things going on out here. There's a family festival thing going on. So I walked over there, and I told Bill, I go, hey, I'm gonna go. What's going on over there? I'm gonna go see. Do they have food courts? I'm gonna go see if they have some food over there. But they didn't. Yeah. And so I talked to a couple people over there. Then I came out. Lonely. Au contraire, it is not a lonely life. Okay, so I'm going to end this here. I love you guys so much. I love you guys. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And then if you want How to Live in a Minivan, the Minivan Leeway, the book, it's on Amazon. Type in Minivan Lee, and I will just come up. And then go to minivanlee.com if you're interested in sunglasses. I'll put on my sunglasses, but I've got sunglasses on sale on minivanlee.com. Neck gaiters, yeah. Till tomorrow, everybody. Love you. House, van. What do you prefer? Let me know. What do you think about all of this? All this van business. Bye. Look at this unusual cloud. I noticed it when I was talking to Bill, the Jesus guy. We both looked at it as like, huh? I've never seen a cloud like this.